Okay, I'm just testing again, but because it's a bit weird going back and forth between Twitch and YouTube streaming. I'm gonna see if actually I have to send myself a fucking email to figure out this URL. Should just be able to look in my history actually. Let's see if this is going. Okay, cool. Looks like it. Okay. This is gonna be a bit weird. No, that's an old one. I'm just testing the stream settings on the fuck. Sorry, I'm trying to look. God damn. You have to click 75 freaking times to find something. Uploads. No, I want live streams, but it's not incognito. Ugh. I just want to record myself doing some coding and stuff like that in the background while I watch some other stuff, because I want to see how it looks later on because of other reasons. But oh, far out, man. Google, why you make this so fucking difficult? Seriously. I have to click 75 times just to find information. Okay, I think I've found the URL. I'm not sure if it changes each time. I believe it does, but I'm not sure. Should be unlisted. Oh, now it's like click there, now click here, now click here, now click there. Alright, now click there. Fucking goose. Oh, this is the one that comes in and out all the time. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. As long as it's not public and it's working, I'm just gonna do my stuff, and then I might look at it later. I just want to see what the fuck happens. So I'm gonna watch some Star Trek or some shit in the background. Breaking news 2010. Cool. Alright. Alright, let's listen to some Red Letter Media, because I gotta get back in the groove.
When the idea came up of using a female Terminator, I said to myself, well, this is great, because now we have something different. Then I just have to see my naked body arriving every time when I come back from the future to the present time. Let's have a sexy girl for a change, with a sexy body and just a Naga 10 figure and great physical.
What the fuck is this?
Hello, and welcome to our commentary track for James Cameron's The Terminator. I'm Mike.
I'm Jake. I'm Rich. Rich who? Evans. I'm Rich Evans. Okay.
The film brought to us by Orion Pictures, which has been terminated.
Oh my god.
We're off to a great start.
Alright, I can't remember what I was doing.
It was a very low-budget film.
Let's look at my
I think
email.
most people know this, but I mean...
As far as the actual budget, I'm not sure. I know this is James Cameron's second film. I think his first film was Piranha 2.
Piranha 2, The Spawning, which I watched in preparation for this commentary, and I really didn't need to.
Well, yeah. Well, he came up with the idea for Terminator when he was filming Piranha 2 in Italy.
Something like
Alright,
that.
let's do some kaizen Trello stuff. It'll be pretty basic, but
On the King of the World! So a lot of people know that. Do most people
I need
know
to.
that
I've got it.
loves
I've
himself?
written down so many other. Fucking hell, that's really loud.
Yes, most people do know that. People know that he's a horrible, egotistical monster. They know that. Okay.
It's you
Okay.
know what?
Actually, I want to fix the YouTube.
Real quick, I love this actor. This guy showed up
Jesus
in Weird
Christ.
Science when they're underage drinking at the bar.
No, not jungle, not that. Blah blah blah. I'm not sure what can be seen on screen here.
Great. That's one of the classics.
That's okay.
Cinema.
It's true. It's a great scene, and he's a great actor. I think he's in the beginning of Roadhouse too.
There's Michael Bean, star of such hit films as
Have I actually written one for Kaizen yet?
Yeah, he hasn't got a lot of attention, but yet he's been in like 3 of the greatest science fiction films ever made. Yeah, that's true.
No.
What's the third one?
Alright, let's make a new one.
Oh yeah, that's right. He plays the guy who goes nuts from the bends.
It's actually been a few months since I did this.
The end of the extended cut.
I don't know. When they find aliens and aliens show them archival footage. That they
I
got
don't want
stock
any
footage.
part of a workspace. I just want it to be
These are
a new board
stereotypical images
altogether.
of human atrocities.
Have you ever
New
seen
board.
the extended cut of that
Great
movie?
board.
Do you know?
There we go.
I haven't. It's
10,
interesting
5
because
minutes. Yeah,
the
yeah,
entire
cool.
point of the movie is cut
No.
out of the theatrical version.
No,
It's like a
not
completely
with a
different movie.
template.
That's the only time I would recommend a James Cameron extended cut over the theatrical cut. What do they do when the? Or should I just see for myself? I would say watch it for yourself.
Talks to the rubber alien for 5 more minutes.
Speaking of this,
why am I
and other
tired
James
already?
Cameron films, is this James Cameron's best movie, The Terminator? It's his most efficient
God,
movie.
you get hang on, fuck no. I'm listening to the other thing. You get fucking stuck in all this stuff that they try to push on you. It's like, no, I just want a Kanban board, man. Just start a fucking board. No, I don't need to show people stuff. Far out. Create board. What? What the fuck, man? Oh, okay. This is asshole design. You're a bunch of cunts. Alright, board title. I'm just gonna go Kaizen. It doesn't need to be part of any. What? What? No, it's private. This is very private. Doesn't need to be part of Ashtray. It shouldn't be part of any of these. It should be private. Fuck me. This used to be a good system 7 years ago. Now they're just... I don't know. Gosh. Alright, I'm going to bring up the other stuff in the other email because I know what they need to be done, but it's kind of difficult. What? Oh, Kaizen. Yeah. Alright. What's her name? Oh yeah, Katie. Echo. Cool. Alright, list titles. So we're gonna need a whole bunch of. I'm just gonna make cards, and then I'll make less titles. Because if you start out with too much of a structure, you might, try to fit within the structure and not explore too much. So, general tech stack. They've got no idea what they want, so we'll look into that. Time frame. Yeah, just from the email I saw with about nearly a month before you could actually make something to test, and 2 to 3 months before a minimum viable product, and then 2 to 3 months before a beta, and then 6 months to minimum viable product. So I'm just going to put that there too. MVP, beta. I'm just going to write down all the words that I remember, basically. So they were talking about the subscription model. I'm going to think about this way better tomorrow. So subscription model. And I remember saying, don't get too hung up on that yet. Monetization, which is tied into subscription, but we'll get to that. I just want to put down all the ideas that we had. Alright. We haven't actually talked about what the product itself is about. So I'm talking to myself. Alright, there were a few platforms that were discussed in how they want to approach it, and one was like this fucking TikTok stuff, but yeah, whatever. So YouTube and they were talking about unlocking benefits and stuff like that, and first thing that popped in my head as a 80s cricket nut was all those cards you used to get, like they were green and gold, like the gold was really shiny, for the 80s. That was kind of a collectible. I'm just going to put down collectibles. May not be correct, but later on. Achievements. Alright. Some of the main parts that they need to figure out is the website itself, which I don't know if it's super important. Like, it can just be a single page. I'm just going to put down website, because I've got a lot of thoughts about that, and it should probably just be a single page application which links to an app. App. But I think the app should be mobile. Sorry, it should be just. It doesn't need to be like a specifically app you find in the friggin' store and all that sort of stuff. It's just, barrier to entry should be the lowest. But they may want it, so have to keep that in mind. Alright, I'm just going to leave that there. there for now. What else is there? This background template is terrible. It's too bright. It's the middle of the night, and it should just be cricket or something. Fucking hell, Charlie, what have you done, man? Alright, just give me dark green. Darker. Do you have any darker? Alright, that'll do for now. It's better than what it was. Okay. Tech stack, time frame, MVP, beta, subscription model, time monetization, TikTok, YouTube, collectibles, achievements, website, app. Yeah, they were really, like, I spoke to Katie, she was really cool, but kind of vague on what she wanted. Alright, contacts, they've got a really good network, being that her husband is a first class cricketer. So even if it's a pretty good idea, but if a random person told me about it, I'd be like, yeah, no, not going to work. But these guys can get through because they want to get some American content happening. Alright, I'm just going to look down at what she's sent me. A website, which is information. Alright, so let's add that in there. I'm just going to put this in as a quote. Subscription-based platform, learning portal of this that holds categorized coaching videos and informs for the developers, development of players, coaches. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm just gonna put this in the thing. Like I've read this a few times, and I don't know. So this is sort of the TikTok side, but basically, yeah, I don't know. I've read that a few times now, and I don't know how to approach that yet. That's why I haven't sent this through. I've just been thinking about it for a few days, and it's like, I don't know. Alright, I'm just going to chuck it under the subscription model. Again, it's just stuff she said. It sort of makes sense, but I don't know how to work that. Like, I can make a video website, but how do you get people to respond to that? Don't know if it's going to come through hero worship or just general knowledge, or yeah. Alright, what else we got? I should focus on the tech stack stuff because that's what I can do. The other stuff, yeah, I'm trying to think too much of how they actually work as a company, and I'm not very good at that. Alright, so she says, I know this is just a summary and there are lots of nitty gritty parts to iron out and think about from the start. Would welcome advice and guidance and would be happy to write, draw, chat about it further. Yep, I got I got that about her. We spent, I don't know, let's just say an hour on the phone the other night. And she comes across as really thoughtful about it all, but pretty much writes her thoughts down on crayon on a wall. So we need to figure out a way for her to articulate that. Alright, let's go back to what she said. It's in my head, but I can't quite articulate it in technological terms. But trust that gives you a little idea of what we're thinking. From an IT view, while I have knowledge in everyday programs, I'm clueless on design development. Well, that's what I'm here for. What tech stacks to use, how much it would cost, how long. Okay, cool. I've got to put that cost shit in there too, because got to make fucking money, don't we? As we're a startup, we're a little restricted from a cost perspective. Yeah, I don't know how to come at that yet. We have some investors on board, but potentially we'll have to start small and grow the site as revenue rises or raise more initial capital. Okay. Yeah. Just get me thinking out loud. Because if you start this from the dirt and then hope people will buy in when they've already seen a preview of what it is and they're like, nah, you won't get the capital money. But if you just come in, like, people buy into an idea, but if they can actually see the idea there, like, think of Homer Simpson's car. Alright, here's where we're going. If someone comes up to you and goes, yeah, I'm gonna make an amazing car that does this and this, and has hermetically sealed and goes 1,000,000 miles an hour and can do all this weird stuff, you could get investors on board pretty well. But then if you actually demonstrate a prototype and they're like, yeah, no. So that's a thing. Alright, sorry, I'm thinking too hard, but I need to. Alright, sorry, I'm going to read that back again. Because I think it's reflective of how this project is going to go ahead. As a startup, we are a little restricted from a cost perspective. That's cool. It doesn't specify numbers or anything like that. So, restricted as in like what? Can only spare $300 or 300,000. It's we have some investors on board. Now, if there's investors on board, I'm going to interpret that as somewhere between 2 and 5 people who are willing to chuck up $100,000 each. That's how I picture it. Potentially, we'll have to start small and grow the site as revenue rises or raise more initial capital. Now, yeah, so just rethinking that. Yeah. I think initial capital is going to be required. Trying to put something out there, like, as cheap as possible as a concept is not really a thing anymore. Like, it's too easy to do that anyone can do it. So what the selling point here is not that they can do it, which that's the thing that we're pretty sure of, they can do it, but the fact that you can actually market it and get brand noticed and have an effect, because the amount of time you put into doing something that may or may not work doesn't matter. Even if it's the most fucking amazing idea, if you cannot get eyeballs, you're fucked. But one of the good things that these guys have got going for them is that they are in the game already. They got a great network. So even it doesn't have to be super amazing, but even a decent idea, they're going to get people, influential people, to see this and think, oh yeah, cool, this will work. So I think that's what we've got to focus on there. So less about the prototype and more about the concept. Yeah. All right. Okay, I got that pretty solid in my head now. Let's read the next part. I mean, our phone call went for like an hour, so we went over all this stuff, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't plant it too hard in my head. Alright, she says, I know we're a little fish in a very big pond, but general feedback is that we might be onto something. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's the bit that requires some kind of, I don't know, demo. Proof of concept is basically what we're talking about here. How difficult is that? I think it's pretty easy. But then again, it might not be. Yeah, what's in my head might not be anything what they're talking about. All right, I'll move on. Think about that for a bit. All right. She also says we have had interested talks already from UK country cricket pathways and USA cricket to develop their infrastructure via this tool of coach player education. So it's exciting, but perhaps a little overwhelming to bring to life for us novices. Alright, so so they got a lot of interests, but not invested interests. I think that's a point there. You have to kick them over the edge to sort of say, convince that this is super interesting and useful and worth investing in, because the American market is very nascent. They there's no Americans that grew up going, oh yeah, this is my hero, you know. Whereas, I grew up with Don Bradman and Alan Border, Dean Jones. Yeah, I don't know. Hang on, I just want to read that again. So the UK country cricket pathways and USA cricket, that's totally all right. Let's delineate this. They're totally different markets because UK country cricket is already well established. USA cricket, nobody's basically heard even what a cricket bat is. So how would that fit into the perspective of what they want to do there is to be a personal development tool. Don't know. Don't know. So I'm trying to think of how you develop your personal game in cricket via this medium. Because as a kid, it was all about just getting out there on the pitch and putting in the hard yards. And then I remember seeing some old black and white footage from like 1937 or some shit with Donald Bradman. He was using a cricket stump to hit a golf ball against a corrugated iron fence. And I went and did the same as a kid, and I got pretty good. But, that was many hundreds of hours of stuff that I put in there, not just a fucking TikTok video, so I don't know. I don't know how this will translate into... I don't know, I've got the idea of augmented reality as well and machine learning, which, again, that's super huge. No, I'm looking at it and I'm going, yeah, no, because if you try to look at someone's posture and all that sort of thing to say, are you doing the right thing? Have a look at all the statistics and graphics and stuff that they show on modern games on TV, and it's like, yeah, you plan with the big boys there. It's like you don't go in to doing something like that with less than 5 million in your back pocket. So yeah, shit. All right. How else do you make this feasible? Like, she hasn't given me really a business outline. Just some stuff. Alright, let's go to the next part of the thing and I'll just mull it over. She says, I'm not sure if it's something you would be interested in developing with us, or you can point me in the direction of people to progress it. Appreciate you will need more information, but any guidance we see. Okay, cool. I am the right guy for this. I know the technology stacks from bottom to top, and I know what they're trying to do, and I can give ideas on what's doable and what's just a fucking pipe dream. I can't really help them on the business side, but that's not what they're asking me for, so that's cool. Yeah. I have to think about this for another day. because it's just marinating at the moment, and I'm probably they're probably waiting for a response. Alright, let's focus on deliverables. Because, yeah, alright, it'd be good to get sort of a 2 or 3 month-ish advance so I can focus on it. But it has to be established that this is a feasible project and not just pissing money up a wall. Because I think it is. I think because there's nothing that I know of like it out there, and they have the right contacts to be able to get eyeballs on it, and it may or may not work. I give it a 50-50, honestly, on the concept, simply because, forging new ground, you can think it's amazing, but you put it out there and then everyone's like, whatever. It happens. I've done it. Oh, okay. Alright, so what I come away with from that is that I need to focus more on the technology side. I'll keep the business sense stuff in check there. Yeah, I just need to present them with options and say, look, I can do this for 2 or 3 months and see if it works out. I think that's about the right option there. Fuck. Alright, I need to sleep on it. I can write a whole bunch more shit, but you have to write the right shit. What else did we talk about in our discussion? Yeah, I don't know. Pretty much covered most of it. I did say I'd deliver a Trello board within a couple days. No, I think it's been 3 now. And it's like, just because I've been sitting here thinking about it a lot. And it's, better to think a bunch than fuck it up by trying really hard. But that's not the agile approach, so we'll see. Alright, I'm just talking to myself to get some thoughts out there. I'll never listen to this again, but that's okay. Alright, what did I write down? I haven't touched it for like, I don't know, an hour, whatever. Tech stack. Yep. I'm gonna put something super easy together, because I don't think we need to settle on a tech stack initially. Like, that's down the line. We just want a prototype that can be displayed. Cool. Time frame, like I said, I think there's 3 to 4 weeks before a proper beta can be tested by the user, by them, and then 3 to 6 months before an MVP is out there. Now the MVP, that's something we have to discuss as into what is the minimum viable product here. Like, we get people subscribing and then sort of say, yeah, look, we'll charge you later, or do they subscribe and say, nah, yeah, it's going to cost you $5, or do you not charge the end user, such as, as in, like, you say you fucking, I don't know, Chelsea Cricket Club in England, and you sort of say, all right, you guys pay us $5,000 and you get to use the product unlimited. Yeah, I don't know. They weren't very sure about their subscription model stuff. The beta, yeah, right, we just talked about that subscription model. Yeah, monetization, that's another thing. Whether there's ads and stuff, I find that kind of skeezy. The TikTok format, I think, they were just mentioning that as it's hip with the kids, but I don't know if it'll work. But again, I'm not here to talk about the business model. YouTube thing, yep, cool. We'll see. Collectibles, what the fuck was that about? Oh, that's right. I think I was just having a moment where I was saying, from the 80s, it was really cool to, I don't know, just collect shit. And that's the thing. Put it this way, if they're actually looking at the TikTok models, collectibles and achievements are a huge thing. Like, it might actually be a some method of getting people to do stuff by saying, oh yeah, you've achieved 4 of 18 of these class modules or something like that. Once you get to here, you're a yellow belt in cricket or whatever. Find ways to share it, gamify it. Actually, I'm going to put gamification in here as well. I don't know. I'm just bleeding out my ass on this one. Achievements there. So yeah, website is pretty much the least important thing nowadays, I think, actually. So I'm going to write this down too. Let's just say social media. We'll deal with the specifics later, but social media, kids now don't sign up to websites and do all that stuff. They like and subscribe and hit that bell on places like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Especially I reckon Instagram is probably one of the bigger ones right now. But a basic website presence, yeah, you don't need to go full website like back in the 2000s. You just leverage off of existing social media and making sure you have a presence. Alright, cool. App. Alright, that's another down the line thing. Because you can, the app that they're talking about is pretty much going to be just a website that is viewable on a phone. Yeah, I'll look into that more because things have changed a lot in the last 2 years on that aspect. They've got really good contacts. Cost, we talked about. Alright, so we're back to the start. Alright, I'm going to sleep on this and think about it more. I do have to get back to them today before things dry up. But for the most part, I think I've got a good idea of what's necessary. Yeah, I've been thinking about this a long time and a few days, but I don't want to overthink it. So I'm going to stop for a while, wake up, and submit proposals.